The reliability of Wikipedia concerns the validity, verifiability, and veracity of Wikipedia and its user-generated editing model, particularly its English-language edition. It is written and edited by volunteer editors who generate online content with the editorial oversight of other volunteer editors via community-generated policies and guidelines. Wikipedia carries the general disclaimer that it can be edited by anyone at any time and maintains an inclusion threshold of verifiability, not truth. This editing model is highly concentrated, as 77% of all articles are written by 1% of its editors, a majority of whom have chosen to remain anonymous. The reliability of the project has been tested statistically through comparative review, analysis of the historical patterns and strengths and weaknesses inherent in its editing process. The online encyclopedia has been criticized for its factual reliability, principally regarding its content, presentation, and editorial processes. Studies and surveys attempting to gauge the reliability of Wikipedia have mixed results, with findings varied and inconsistent. Wikipedia's reliability was frequently criticized in the 2000s but has improved over time. It has been generally praised in the late 2010s and early 2020s. Select assessments of its reliability have examined how quickly vandalism content perceived by editors to constitute false or misleading information is removed. 2 years after the project was started, in 2003, an IBM study found that vandalism is usually repaired extremely quickly, so quickly that most users will never see its effects. The inclusion of false or fabricated content has, at times, lasted for years on Wikipedia due to its volunteer editorship. Its editing model facilitates multiple systemic biases, namely, selection bias, inclusion bias, participation bias, and groupthink bias. The majority of the encyclopedia is written by male editors, leading to a gender bias in coverage, and the makeup of the editing community has prompted concerns about racial bias, spin bias, corporate bias, and national bias, among others. An ideological bias on Wikipedia has also been identified on both conscious and subconscious levels. A series of studies from Harvard Business School in 2012 and 2014 found Wikipedia significantly more biased than Encyclopaedia Britannica, but attributed the finding more to the length of the online encyclopedia as opposed to slanted editing. The prevalence of non-neutral or conflict of interest editing and the use of Wikipedia for revenge editing has attracted publicity for inserting false, biased, or defamatory content into articles, especially biographies of living people. Articles on less technical subjects, such as the social sciences, humanities, and culture, have been known to deal with misinformation cycles, cognitive biases, coverage discrepancies, and editor disputes. The online encyclopedia does not guarantee the validity of its information. It is seen as a valuable starting point for researchers when they pass over content to examine the listed references, citations, and sources. Academics suggest reviewing reliable sources when assessing the quality of articles. Its coverage of medical and scientific articles such as pathology, toxicology, oncology, pharmaceuticals, and psychiatry were compared to professional and peer-reviewed sources in a 2005 Nature study. A year later, Encyclopaedia Britannica disputed the Nature study, whose authors, in turn, replied with a further rebuttal. Concerns regarding readability and the overuse of technical language were raised in studies published by the American Society of Clinical Oncology, Psychological Medicine, and European Journal of Gastroenterology and Hepatology. Wikipedia's popularity, mass readership, and free accessibility has led the encyclopedia to command a substantial second-hand cognitive authority across the world. Early life. Driver was born on November 19, 1983, in San Diego, California, the son of Nancy Wright, a paralegal, and Joe Douglas Driver. He has Dutch, English, German, Irish, and Scottish ancestry. His father's family is from Arkansas and his mother's family is from Indiana. His stepfather, Rodney G. Wright, is a minister at a Baptist church. When Driver was 7 years old, he moved with his older sister and mother to his mother's hometown Mishawaka, Indiana, where he graduated from Mishawaka High School in 2001. Driver was raised Baptist, and sang in the choir at church. Driver has described his teenage self as a misfit. He told M Magazine that he climbed radio towers, set objects on fire, and founded a fight club with friends, inspired by the 1999 film Fight Club. After high school, he worked as a door-to-door salesman selling Kirby vacuum cleaners and as a telemarketer for a basement waterproofing company in Ben Franklin Construction. He applied to the Juilliard School for Drama but was not accepted. Shortly after the September 11 attacks, Driver enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He was assigned to Weapons Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines as an 81mm mortar man. He served for 2 years and 8 months before fracturing his sternum while mountain biking. He was medically discharged with the rank of Lance Corporal. Subsequently, Driver attended the University of Indianapolis for a year before auditioning again for Juilliard, this time succeeding. He got the news he was accepted while at work at the Target Distribution Center in Indianapolis. Driver has said that his classmates saw him as an intimidating and volatile figure, and he struggled to fit into a lifestyle so different from the Marines. He was a member of the Drama Division's Group 38 from 2005 to 2009, where he met his future wife, Joanne Tucker. He graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 2009. Career 2009-2014, Early Work and iGirls/I. None. 2015-present, Worldwide recognition. In early 2014, Driver was cast as villain Kylo Ren in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It was released on December 18, 2015, to commercial and critical success. He reprised the role in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. His performance was positively received, with his character lauded as the best in the series. David Adelstein of Vulture wrote, "The core of The Last Jedi of this whole trilogy, it seems, is Driver's Kylo Ren, who ranks with cinema's most fascinating human monsters." Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian highlighted Driver's performance in his review of The Force Awakens, calling him gorgeously cruel, spiteful, and capricious, very suited to Kylo Ren's fastidious and amused contempt for his enemy's weakness and compassion. In 2016, Driver played a supporting role in Jeff Nichols' sci-fi thriller Midnight Special, which was released on March 18, 2016. He also co-starred in Martin Scorsese's historical drama Silence as Father Francisco Garup, a 17th-century Portuguese Jesuit priest, alongside Andrew Garfield and Liam Neeson. While filming, Driver lost almost 50 pounds. In Jim Jarmusch's drama film Paterson, Driver played the eponymous bus driver and poetry writer. The film premiered at the 69th Cannes Film Festival and was released on December 28, 2016. Driver's performance was acclaimed and he received multiple nominations for Best Actor from Critics Associations, winning several, including the Los Angeles Film Critics Association Award for Best Actor. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone wrote, "Driver's indelibly moving portrayal is so lived-in and lyrical you hardly recognize it as acting." Paterson was included in many critics' top 10 lists of best films of 2016. In 2017, Driver made a cameo in Noah Baumbach's The Meyerowitz Stories, playing Randy and making his third appearance in one of their films. It premiered at the 70th Cannes Film Festival and was released on October 13, 2017, on Netflix. He played Clyde, a one-armed Iraq War veteran, in Steven Soderbergh's Logan Lucky, which was released on August 18, 2017. In 2018, Driver portrayed a Jewish police detective, Philip "Flip" Zimmerman, who helps infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan in Spike Lee's comedy drama Black KK Klansman. The film premiered at 71st Cannes Film Festival and was theatrically released on August 10. He received critical acclaim for his performance in the film and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role and the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor. Driver played Toby Grummett in Terry Gilliam's adventure comedy film The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, which also premiered at Cannes. In early 2019, Driver played Daniel J. Jones in Scott Z. Burns' political drama The Report, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah. He returned to Broadway to play Pale against Kerry Russell in a Michael Mayer-directed production of Lanford Wilson's Burn This, receiving acclaim for his explosive performance and a nomination for the Tony Award for Best Actor in a Play. He was part of the ensemble cast of Jim Jarmusch's zombie comedy film The Dead Don't Die, which premiered at the 72nd Cannes Film Festival and was released on June 14, 2019. That same year, Driver starred opposite Scarlett Johansson in Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story, which premiered at the 76th Venice International Film Festival. Reviewing the film in The Hollywood Reporter, critic John Frosch noted that Driver delivers a brilliantly inhabited and shaded portrait of a man undergoing a divorce. For his performance, he received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. In 2020, Driver became the subject of a running gag on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, in which Oliver expressed several strange masochistic fantasies about Driver, referencing his muscular build and masculine appearance. Driver eventually appeared on the final episode of the season and demanded an apology. In 2021, he went viral for his shirtless appearance in the advertising campaign for Burberry's masculine fragrance Hero. Driver again returned for the advertising campaign for the eau de parfum concentration of Hero in 2022. In 2021, Driver starred in Leos Carax's long-awaited musical drama film Annette, which premiered at the 74th Cannes Film Festival. He also played a leading role in Ridley Scott's historical drama The Last Duel, along with the biopic crime film House of Gucci, which covers the assassination of Maurizio Gucci, and was also directed by Scott. Equally praised by critics and directors, Driver's acting has a unique signature style that displays skittish, unpredictable physicality with full-bodied enthusiasm like Dennis Levant and Buster Keaton. In 2022, Driver starred in the apocalyptic black comedy film White Noise, which marks his fifth collaboration with Noah Baumbach. Upcoming projects. Personal life. Driver married his longtime partner Joanne Tucker in June 2013. Tucker is the granddaughter of Bermudian politician Henry Tucker. The couple have a son, whose birth they kept private from the press for 2 years. They live in the Brooklyn Heights neighborhood of New York City with their son and dog. Driver is the founder of Arts in the Armed Forces, a non-profit that performs theater for all branches of the military in the United States and abroad. Driver has said on multiple occasions that he does not like to watch or listen to his own performances. During a radio interview with NPR's Fresh Air, he chose not to continue with the interview after the host played a clip from Marriage Story. The executive producer of the radio show later claimed that Driver was warned to take off his headphones before the clip played, and that the show did something similar with Driver during a 2015 interview. During the same interview, Driver stated he disliked watching or listening to his acting work. He says his usual technique is to leave the theater and, then I go back, and when the lights come up, I stand up. I pretend that I was there the whole time. Filmography. Film, television, theater, video games.